to move to one other thing. We have one other incredible Texan that did an incredible job for more than a decade, Congressman Ron Paul. And he was out there.
Love it.
Yeah, I mean, we respect him more every day when we realize what he was so far ahead of us, we didn't understand him entirely at the time. But he was out there uncovering the dangerous foundation of our country, which is the Federal Reserve. And again, I went to graduate school on the East Coast, business graduate school, and we were basically taught that the Fed is the gold standard. You pray to the Fed. Thank goodness that we have these wise elders to lead us through the life. But Ron Paul had a different perspective, and he had a perspective that they are nothing but a set of well-dressed gangsters, buffoons. And I think that they're largely being exposed by that. And what I see with President Trump is the Fed had this plan where they would print the debt notes, and then they would have all these reasons to spend more money that don't matter to get us on more debt, to kill us with debt. We see now Trump ending USAID, bringing the IRS cutting that staff in half. This stuff is incredible, and stating that what he wants to do is he wants to basically defund the federal government except for entitlements and necessary functions, and then distribute it to the states, which is incredible. But really, what I see him doing is I see him setting the stage to end the Fed. The Ron Paul's slogan, "End the Fed." And again, I see that as something that would be massively consequential in a good way to the economy. What do you think?
Yeah, I think, I think you had, at the turn of the century, the Fed became relevant because of the robber barons. And we had these trusts, which was crony capitalism. We had, you had monopolies that were created and protected by the federal government. That created the crisis that we went through that necessitated this creation of the Fed. Here's the reality. We don't need a Fed. We don't need the Fed, nor do we need crony capitalism involving itself into the free market. You let the free market thrive and grow, and the United States will take off like a rocket. It absolutely will. We don't need the Fed. And look at what Powell's doing right now. We have we have low inflation, the kind of numbers that we had back pre-COVID under Donald Trump. The economy is rocking along, and yet we have these high interest rates, which are doing what? It's if anything, it's a drag on the economy. We're spending more money on debt, which means that the June surplus would have been 20% higher if Powell would get his head out of his butt and lower interest rates. I agree with Trump completely on this.